Hey everyone, welcome to Evony with the Bear. And today, what I want to talk about is the Council of State, and specifically, if we go into it, the Senate and the different positions therein, and how I've decided to set it up to minimize the amount of headaches and investment into each position. So, what I've decided to do, and maybe you'll find it useful as well, is I've decided to use one kind of general from the tavern for each of the positions. Now, we're in the governor tab here. You can see that I have Trajan. He's very easy to get, along with King Arthur and then William Wallace. And I plan to replace Artemisia with, I think, Edward the Black Prince. Because Evony doesn't really care what generals are in there as long as they have at least 5 gold stars and they are of the correct type. So as you can see here, I have Trajan assigned to my governor's position for the ground. Go over to the leading senator side, Trajan again. Ruling senator, ground spots open, there's Trajan again. And honorary senator, there he is again. So I've decided to do that, and King Arthur for my mounted, William Wallace when I do get the siege spots opened up. I think, yeah, after I get some more war score in this server war this weekend, this spot will be open up for me. But if we head on over to the tavern, go into the recruit, and then portraits, let's just sort by, say, ground. And the probability. So Robert the Bruce is the highest at 13 out of Europe. Over in the Americas, you got Alexander Hamilton, but he's not available. Where is... There's Trajan. He's in the other side. So his refresh probability is 0.13%. And his gold cost is only 35 million. So he's relatively cheap, and he comes up quite frequently, at least especially for me, he has. So in the terms of investment into getting my Senate up and running, I have multiple copies of him. Like, he comes across frequently, and he's a lot cheaper than the 60, 70 million, some of the other options which you could use. So if we go over to mounted Europe, King Arthur also has one of the highest probabilities for dropping at 0.13, and he's 28.5 million, so another cheap investment. And plus, we all get King Arthur to start, so may as well get some use out of him. And then I think I'm doing Edward the Black Prince for ranged. I think I decided on that. Yeah, he's 38 million. So the entire goal for me is to set up the Senate with the least amount of investment that I can. And for me, that's using one copy of a general for all my ground positions, one copy of all my generals for mounted, ranged, and siege as they become available. And you upgrade the stars as you're going and ascend that general. Bow is always the limiting factor, as we all know. And that's how I've decided to set up my Senate. Rather than trying to find a whole bunch of different kinds of generals, I've just decided to use one kind, and they're easy to get in the tavern. I often spend quite a bit of time in the tavern myself. I was trying to complete my first general haul in the exhibition over here in the art hall. And I did manage to do that, and I had a lot of fair few generals. And if we take a quick peek down here, I still have 2 spare copies of Trajan after opening and ascending a couple of them. I got another copy of William Wallace for when I get another siege spot open up. And where is the other one? Yeah, there's Edward the Black Prince. I got a couple copies of him already. So that's my plan, and hopefully it'll give you some help in that regards to minimize any hassle or problems you might be having trying to figure out what to do with the positions in the Senate. Thank you for joining me. This has been Evony with the Bear. Stay safe and stay bubbled.